I decided to spoil myself for my birthday month and splurged on some Mooncat nail polish, and I had to do an unboxing with you guys because look how beautiful this is. I have been following Mooncat on Instagram for a while now, and they have the most beautiful glittery nail polishes. I am new to the magnetic nail polishes, but I always see some really cool swatches of them, so I decided to pick up 5 polishes as well as their glass nail filer. I really appreciate when nail polish lasts for a while because it's always a crappy feeling when you paint your nails and then they start chipping within a day or two. So I decided to get the top coat along with my other polishes to make sure that I have the best experience and to really get a full review of how I like the Mooncat polishes. The little magnetic wand was free with the order. I really wanted to test out the glass grit nail filer because I heard that it can sand down your nails to be a lot smoother, which prevents breakage. This nail filer worked pretty well in my opinion. I've only used it a few times, but it does a really good job making the edges really smooth. Whenever I grow out my nails, I really like to make them more of an oval shape because I noticed that they grow out longer and they break less easily. I had a really hard time deciding what colors to get. This one is a Midsummer's Dream and it was such a pretty pink color. I gravitate towards a lot of colors that look like opal, so this one really reminded me of that. This one is the Mercury in Retrograde. I had to get the galaxy looking ones. I got 2 that are really similar. This one is Millennia. This is the only one that I got that was a magnetic multi-chrome lacquer. It has that galaxy night sky vibe with a color shift and holographic glitter, which I'm really excited for. This one looks so gorgeous. Am I everything you fear? It is so stunning, guys. This is not really a color I would normally go for, but seeing the swatches really sold me. I already have a few top coats, but I don't have one at this price point. This one says Speed Demon Top Coat. The names at Mooncat are really fun and creative. I really wanted the full experience of using their nail polish and their top coat together to see how long the polishes would last. I painted my nails on a Sunday before a 2-day trip, so this was kind of an ultimate test in my opinion. I did 2 coats and the top coat, but the one thing that I regret now that I'm looking back at this footage is that I think I made the layers a little bit too thin. I know that if you make it really thick, it has a hard time drying and it usually kind of like starts to bubble and peel off, but I think that first layer might have been a little bit too thin because I noticed that the nail polish wasn't completely opaque, especially in the sun. Hello from future Dana, who is editing this video. I accidentally mixed up which one was the magnetic one, so I painted my nails without the magnet at first, which is what you're seeing right now. And then about a week and a half later, I noticed that my nail polish was starting to chip, so I decided to redo it with the same color, which is Millennia, and use the magnet correctly. So this footage here is the color Millennia without the magnet. And now I'm about to show you what my nails are going to look like with the magnet. There are 3 ways to use this magnet, and the easiest way for me was to place it underneath my nail while I was painting it. I was so surprised by how quickly that magnetic effect took place on my nail. The directions say to leave it under your nail for 30 seconds and then move on to the next one. I was so impressed by how this turned out. I can't believe someone invented this because it changes color as you shift your nails around. So if you go into the light and kind of move your nails, the colors shift between blue, purple, and green in the magnetic streak, and then the background stays sparkly and dark, which has that kind of galaxy vibe to it. So it is so gorgeous, and it looks even better with the top coat. I actually took Safi to the park and got to see my nails in different lighting. This looks so stunning. And it's so funny how the little things can make you so happy, because I was admiring the colors on my nails as we were walking at the park. Safi had a lot of energy today, so we took her on a nice long walk and I gave her a bath once we got home. My boyfriend and I decided to make some sandwiches from scratch for dinner. So he started making the ciabatta dough earlier in the day. We got to see it rise throughout the day, which is really cool. He thought that the dough came out a little bit runnier than the first time he made it, so we weren't sure how it was going to turn out, but I felt like it turned out really good. Watching how sticky it was on his fingers was a little bit too much for me though, so I am glad that I didn't have to handle it. Fresh bread has very few ingredients, and I think it tastes so much better than store-bought bread. I noticed it's a lot easier for my stomach too, because I feel like I have some gluten sensitivities, and bread that you make from home really has just a few ingredients. It's mostly yeast and flour. I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love my crunchy vegetables. I love cucumbers. I'm one of those people who can just eat sliced cucumbers as a snack. This sandwich turned out so magnificent and so massive. Oh my God. It's so big. It could barely stay upright. Looks so good. My sandwich is it's so big. Slow Sundays like this make me feel really good. I love that we were able to prep this whole meal from scratch, take Safi to the park, paint my nails, and then we ended the day with The Office, which I am watching for the first time in order. Fluffy, freshly bathed Safi was just staring us down like this. She's not blinking. Safi, blink. This is when I really wish that she could communicate with us, because usually she has already gotten her walk, eaten her dinner, but she's sort of just bored or wanting something else. It's pretty hard for us to watch a movie or a TV show without being interrupted. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for a nice and slow Sunday. Okay. I wanted to share what my nail polish looks like now that it's Friday, so it has been almost 5 days. I think it's holding up pretty well. You can see where my nails grew out, and I have 2 small areas that chipped a little bit, but the shininess is really popping still. Let me know if you guys like to paint your nails.